What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. And spoiler alert, I'm going to say this once. If you plan on going to the Star Wars Galactic Starcruiser and you don't want to be spoiled about what's going to happen on the inside, then turn off this video now. Go somewhere else. I've been saying for a while now, I have friends that work over there. And yes, they've seen the videos. They've seen the Star Wars fandom cry out in horror. I got the opportunity to speak to one of them over the weekend. They actually sent me some photos and they told me, they're like, yeah, you probably shouldn't show them because yeah, Disney doesn't want that stuff released. So hopefully they didn't see that 0.2 of a photo and strike my channel. Yeah, let's just hope not. But they also gave me a rundown of probably why it costs so much, what to expect, and I'm just going to bring it all to you. So I'm going to do the very best I can with what they've given us. And maybe this will be the last video I make on the Galactic Starcruiser, unless they keep sending out more cringy promotion. But anyway, all right, let's just get into it. So you've booked your stay. You've spent the $6,000. All right, now you're ready to begin your adventure. So basically you drop your car off right here and you go into a little pod and it launches you to the Galactic Starcruiser, where you get a talking to about not having any earthly things, you know, because they want you to be fully immersed. This is what they're telling me as of today. Photos and videos of certain parts of the Starcruiser will not be allowed or permitted or posted. They will have a photographer there that will take pictures, hey, that you could buy later. Will that change in a few months? I don't know. They are going to allow certain influencers, YouTubers, and bloggers to have special access to photos and videos that they're able to share on their network. Sadly, I wasn't invited. So they don't want you using your phone for pictures and video. Once you're there, you'll go into a room. I guess it looks something like this, where everyone will be together. People are checking in. And what you will see is an immersive, I guess, world. There will be tons of actors dressed up as different aliens from different planets, droids, and so on, that will be very interactive. They want you to interact with these people. People will bump into you to start conversations. There'll be a spy. There'll be Chewbacca. Chewbacca will be hiding from the First Order. The First Order will be walking around talking to people, trying to round up the spy and find out what's going on here. You are allowed to talk with them. They're actually looking for people that will join the First Order. So you might go there and cosplay as a First Order person and you want to be on their team. Yes, you could turn the spy in. They'll be thrown in jail. The experience will be different for the different people that are on board, but it's also going to kind of follow the same timeline. So maybe you get to go with a lot of people that like the First Order and everybody gets thrown in jail and that's it. I don't know. I don't know. So they're going to have different things where you meet the captain, you meet other creatures, you go to the bar, you play cards, and you'll be playing cards with like aliens and things like that. And that's one of the reasons why the cost probably is up there, because of makeup, because of cast members and different people experience. They hope to have a creature or an alien, you know, several of them for each family that visits, or each party of two, however that works out. So that's what they're hoping for, is that it's such an immersion. The rooms are kind of plain and boring because they don't want you to be in the rooms. They want you to be out of the rooms, experiencing all these different things. Like this little launch teaser here. This is a woman, this is a spy. She gives him coordinates to do something. And this is a family that's staying there and they're going to the Galactic Starcruiser. So that's just what they are trying to advertise. So there's going to be an adventure as long as you want it. If you don't want to be involved and just want to watch, that's fine too. The cast members are being trained to, I guess, feel out the room. Everyone is encouraged to go to the different places at basically like at the same time. They do a little bit of the food, but they're still working on that apparently. Then you get to go to the bridge. When everybody goes to the bridge and gets a tour at the same time, the First Order attacks. They'll complain that they're understaffed and ask everyone here to man a position to help fight off the First Order in front of a giant screen, kind of like what we saw already when they were shooting and pushing buttons and going into light speed away from the enemy and things like that. There will be several spies there as well, asking for help, asking to cause a distraction from the First Order. So basically what they're hoping for is some people will be like, there's the spy, First Order, I'm on your team. And other people like, yeah, I'm the spy, distraction. So they'll come and mess with you, so the spy will escape. That's what goes on during the ship. You then will leave, okay, and go to Batu for the day. And that'll be like half the day there. It is very much programmed where you have to stick with the time. I guess that's what I'm saying. It's like, even though they take you to Batu, everyone has to leave when everybody else leaves. That's how it's gonna work. It's gonna shuttle people in. That's why not too many people are gonna be staying there. I think the most might be around 200 plus people. And so everything from the captain receptions to the live music, everything will have cast members that will interact with the people sitting around playing cards. And yes, the worst of the worst will happen. This is the unexpected story moment, is when the First Order attacks. Now, let me just speed ahead. These are all things. The next day, you basically spend the day at the theme park till about 1 o'clock. And then everyone is asked to go to lightsaber training and things like that. They are purposely shutting down parts of the Galactic Cruiser to kind of force people to go and do that. There's a lot of stuff that is built. So I guess the lightsaber training will be big enough to hold 150 people at a time. I guess they just kind of shuffle people in. They've got multiple rooms, et cetera, et cetera. And you watch different things. In the meantime, while all this is happening, you'll see Chewbacca running around and the spies trying to do things for the First Order. Again, it will be a different experience for each group of people that are on board. Now, the story moment here, right after dinner, is the big boom. Apparently, this is when Kylo Ren shows up with tons of First Order troops and captures everyone in the ship. So wherever they are, wherever we are at that certain point, it could be the dining room area where everyone is together. The ship has now been taken over. Even people that were First Order cosplayers, he'll just accuse them of being a traitor or a spy or whatever and make them sit with everybody else, from what I'm told. It's at this moment here, the lights will go out. All right. And you will see this from a distance. You will see Rey turn around and ignite the retractable lightsaber in all of its glory. Then she will have to move it off to the side or something, because you've never seen it retract. You've only seen it retract. Now they were telling me that they're having major problems with this thing because it's very much a measuring tape metal, if you know what a measuring tape is. So it's very flimsy. So if any kind of heavy movement, it will bend or break. And boy, won't that be interesting looking. They have had choreographers and stunt people work with all these people, Kylo Ren and Rey and the troops and Chewbacca, for a magnificent, huge fight scene between the two. A huge one where there's acrobats and lasers and lightsabers, and it's, done by stunt people and all that stuff in front of everyone. It's supposed to be a sight to see. It's supposed to be a sight to see. Of course, Rey will fight them off and push them back. They will leave. The ship will be saved, and there will be a spectacular ending to everyone clapping and everyone saying goodbye. From the moment you get on to the moment that you leave, it is immersive. You will make friends with aliens that you'll probably bump into know their names, have conversations with. They will have backstories upon backstories, and so on and so on. So that is the whole point of this. This has nothing to do with the hotel. This has nothing to do with the resort. This has everything to do with, I don't know, what do you call it? LARPing or cosplaying or whatever terminology that you use. That's what this is. That's what this is. It's not about staying in your room. It's not about going to the bar, ordering drinks, and listening to some music. It's about every minute you are on that ship, things are going to happen, and it's supposed to make you feel like you're living in a Star Wars world. The marketing has been terrible, and everyone over there agrees. You know, they showed like Josh D'Amaro go and like shoot TIE fighters and do the lightsaber training. What they're not telling you is that how immersive this whole thing is. So all the actors, the makeup, the stunt show, all that stuff is all put in together. And that's probably why it costs so much, I guess. And then it takes place all the way till you leave. Now, this was an interesting statement, I will say at the very end. Hello, Star Wars fans. And I want you to hear this. This was all purposely done. The reason why they made Galaxy's Edge was to have the exact similar experience as what you're doing with the Galactic Starcruiser. It was supposed to be very immersed, and it actually, I guess you would say, it kind of was what they were trying to do, whether you liked it or not, where Rey was walking around Kylo Ren. Of course, the pandemic has put an end to all that. Now you only see these characters from afar, just working on things here and there. They're not too interactive with people. They don't really take many pictures. I don't know what they're trying to do. Kylo Ren comes out for a minute, points his finger at a few people, and then that's it. That's Galaxy's Edge. That wasn't the original plan. How is that going to work on the cruiser? They don't know. They don't know. But what I told you is what they want to do. If it ends up being something different because of the way the world is and the way that Disney follows certain protocol, it could be such a lackluster, more experience for people that like that. Right now, it does still look underwhelming. And what they want is for people to experience something different every time they go. At Galaxy's Edge, they used to have a spy there. Well, she's still there, and she gives you a mission, and you find Chewbacca and all that stuff. You could do all that stuff at Galaxy's Edge. You can't really do that anymore because of the pandemic. Now, this was interesting. The last thing that they said to me, this was all planned. This was all blueprinted, that Disney wants to move forward with Batuu and the High Republic. This Galactic Starcruiser that you'll be visiting will be featured in High Republic books in the future. And also you will learn, I guess, on the ship, how that ship and the captain had a lot to do with Star Wars as a whole. I don't know if it's in the original trilogy or whatever, but they're going to connect it all that way. And lastly, that they told me is that they are going to work their way into somehow getting Baby Yoda, Grogu, whatever you want to call it, immersed into Galaxy's Edge and in the cruiser somehow. Baby Yoda will be the Disney Star Wars star moving forward, just like Luke or Anakin or Darth Vader, take your pick, was in the George Lucas era. Somehow Baby Yoda is going to be alive during that time, or Grogu, sorry, I know people are going to crucify me in the chat for that, but and that once the Mandalorian series is supposedly over, he will be immersed into that world, because I guess that's the number one seller right now, the most popular character, et cetera, whatever you want to call it. And so they'll be working on that in the future, where Grogu will have a live action Grogu, I guess, for photos and things like that. They said they overheard that when they were talking with more executives that were touring the place and trying to figure it out and what the future holds for this whole thing. So in Star Wars, you will see a lot more Batuu. You will see a lot more this cruiser. I forgot the name of it. Sorry. And a lot more Grogu will all be mixed up into this whole thing moving forward. I'm just the messenger. You could say, Jay, that's complete BS. I don't believe it. Hey, I'm just saying. I'm just saying. These were the same people that told me way back when that Luke Skywalker was going to appear in The Mandalorian. And I began to tell people, and they were like, oh, that's dumb. Why would they do that? And here we are today. What do you guys think? That's a lot. It's a lot out there. That's what this is all about. The sequel trilogy isn't going anywhere. They will move forward with those characters. Baby Yoda is going to be moving forward, and everything that they're connecting here in Batuu, because what they feel is that years down the line, 10, 20, 30 years down the line, those will be areas that people will want to visit and always come to visit, because it'll be, they hope to make Batuu just as popular as Tatooine, Mos Eisley, whatever you want to call it. So 10, 20, 30 years down the road, you know, it'll all be there, and there you have it. There you have it. That's all I got to say. I guess we'll find out for sure come March, unless more things begin to be leaked. This is Jay. That's all I got. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. If you want more theme park news, please check out Park Hoppin'. I also have another channel where I just travel the world and see some exciting things called Jaywalking the Planet. I will put both channels in the pinned comment of this video. I'll catch you next time.